Ethiopia and Somalia reiterate commitment to peaceful resolution of differences. Ethiopian Airlines launches new flight to Warsaw, Poland. Hello and welcome to EBC World. I'm Asgid Omatnaf with the hour's latest. Foreign Affairs Ministers of Ethiopia and Somalia reiterated their commitment to the peaceful resolution of differences. Ethiopian Foreign Minister Taye Asqassalassay and Somalian Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Ahmed Mualim Fiqi convened on the 1st of July 2024 in Ankara at the invitation of Turkey Minister of Foreign Affairs Hakan Fidan. The ministers, through Turkey's facilitation, were able to separately have a candid, cordial, and forward-looking exchange concerning their differences and explored perspectives towards addressing them within a mutually acceptable framework. The ministers of Somalia and Ethiopia reiterated their commitment to the peaceful resolution of differences and expressed their appreciation to Turkey for its facilitation as well as its constructive contributions. According to a press release issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia today, the ministers agreed to pursue the ongoing dialogue with a view to resolving their issues and ensuring regional stability. The ministers agreed to meet in Ankara on the 2nd of September 2024 to have a second round of discussions. House Speaker Tagas Jafo and high-level delegation from Azerbaijan, led by Minister of Ecology and Natural Resources Mukhtar Babayev, exchanged views on ways of enhancing cooperation and addressing global climate challenges yesterday. Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative and COP29 emerged as key points of discussion, in addition to the need to strengthen bilateral and multilateral issues to tackle global challenges. Speaker Jafo focused on amplifying efforts to tackle climate change, highlighting the success of Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative. During the discussion, he emphasized the need for increased collaboration and experience sharing alongside ensuring a promised $1 billion in climate finance is delivered. Mukhtar Babayev, who also serves as COP29 president in addition to his position of Minister of Ecology and Natural Resources, clarified that the purpose of the visit is to understand climate change actions in Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Airlines, Africa's largest network operating carrier, has launched new 4 times weekly passenger services to Warsaw, Poland via Athens. The flight inaugurated to Warsaw will expand the airline's European destination to 24, it was learned. On the occasion, Foreign Affairs State Minister Ambassador Misgano highlighted the significance of the new flight to further fostering the political and economic ties between Ethiopia and Poland.
There are plenty of opportunities for collaboration in sectors such as agriculture, technology, infrastructure development. This flight definitely will advance our investment and trade relations, and it will promote Ethiopia's connectivity to the Eastern Europe. Education and people-to-people relation exchanges are also integral to our bilateral relations. There are plenty of
Ethiopian Airlines Group CEO Masfin Tasso said the new flight will further grow Ethiopian presence in the European market, was yet another new destination. Weighing in on the inauguration, Polish ambassador to Ethiopia, Zimeislav Bobak, for his part, underlined that the new flight will be vital and instrumental in expanding cultural exchanges between the people of the two countries, in addition to its contribution to boost the trade and tourism.
You can look at this new flight from several dimensions, but the most important, in my opinion, is to create a bridge which will join our two societies, bringing our societies closer and closer together to strengthen the peoples-to-peoples contact. And from that, I strongly believe that, for example, the economic relations between our two countries will get an additional boost.
An expert says the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement allows the African countries to move towards a harmonized trade regime. Talking to UBC World, Bitain Chikwane underscored that the FCFTA now takes into account the interests of certain groups of the society that were previously not properly glossed over. Tells us more.
Launched in 2019, the AFCFTA is a free trade area by African countries to create a single continental market with a population of 1.4 billion people and a combined GDP of approximately 3.4 trillion USD. At its full realization, the FCFTA, with the mandate of eliminating trade barriers, will be the largest free trade area in the world, bringing together 55 countries. Talking to ABC World Program Management Officer at African Trade Policy Center, part of UNECA, Batani Chukweni, stressed that the FCFTA agreement allows African countries to move towards a harmonized trade regime.
The AFCFTA agreement allows African countries to move towards a harmonized trade regime where we harmonize rules of origin across all the regional economic communities. We now have a single set of rules of origin under the AFCFTA, and what that does is to simplify and reduce the cost of trading for companies that operate in Ethiopia. You don't have to comply with different regimes of rules of origin. You just have to comply with the AFCFTA rules of origin, and you have the whole African market in your palm. The ability to produce for a market of more than 1.2 billion people, the scale that involves is a gateway to profitability for Ethiopian businesses, is a gateway to access to quality products from other countries coming to Ethiopia, and Ethiopia also exporting to other countries. It's a gateway to accessing the skills that are within the continent.
Chikene further indicated that AFCFTA now takes into account the interests of certain groups of the society that were previously not taken care of.
We now have within the AFCFTA agreement a protocol on digital trade that Ethiopian businesses can actually take advantage of and export the market. We now have a protocol on women and youth in trade, again an instrument that can be used to empower constituencies that have previously not been taken care of in a trade agreement. The AFCFTA now takes into account the interests of such groups. So the benefits are numerous, and the most important thing is the step that the Ethiopian government has taken, which is the development of a national AFCFTA implementation strategy. Because without a game plan, without a strategy on how you are going to actually benefit from this process, from this agreement, it is likely that you may actually not get the benefits. So we commend the step taken by the government of Ethiopia in actually making this move forward to develop a strategy and plan how this agreement is going to benefit the businesses and the people, generally Ethiopians.
AFCFTA is said to be a development decade that will boost intra-Africa trade and help reduce poverty across the continent when fully implemented.
The economic vulnerability of East Africa, exacerbated by persistent wars and conflicts, has been a critical issue affecting the region's development. Talking to UBC World's Addis Dialogue, Dugasa Mulugeta, senior economist and researcher With the Addis Ababa Science and Technology University commented on the immediate and long-term economic consequences and the socio-economic effects of conflicts in East Africa. According to Mulugeta, the economic development of East Africa is hindered by internal and external situations. Johannes Van Town has the following report.
East Africa, comprising countries such as Somalia, South Sudan and Ethiopia, has faced significant economic challenges due to prolonged wars and conflicts. These conflicts have disrupted economic activities, led to substantial losses in human and physical capital, and impeded development efforts. Understanding the economic vulnerability resulting from these wars is crucial for formulating effective policies for recovery and sustainable development. Approached by ABC's Addis Dialogue Program, senior economist and researcher at the Addis Ababa Science and Technology University, Tugasa Mulugeta mentioned the factors that are affecting the economic development of East Africa in general and the Horn of Africa in particular.
This development is hindered by many factors. The factors are both internal and external. The internal situation is that conflict.
Yes, always.
Conflict is one of it, and sometimes sporadic droughts or scarcity of rainfall and so forth is also one of the factors that can hinder the development of the Horn of Africa.
The socio-economic effects so far in East Africa are profound. Wars have led to large-scale displacement of populations, disruption of education and health system. In addition to this, Dugasa mentioned the smooth flow of goods and services are being hindered due to absence of peace in the world.
No nation can self-sufficient in producing all what it wants due to various factors. The reason is that resources are not equally distributed all over the world due to climatic condition, soil type, geography, topography, and its location. Therefore, what Ethiopia owes or produces in excess can be exported, for example, coffee, citrus fruits, and so forth. In Ethiopia, imports vehicles, machines, medical equipment, and so forth from the rest of the world. Selling it is what? It is produce or agricultural products. This can be hindered directly or indirectly by peace that existed all over the world.
The economic vulnerability of East Africa due to wars is a significant barrier to the region's development, and for the intended economic integration, countries should settle disputes peacefully, the economist noted.
The East of Africa in general and the Horn of Africa in particular is directly affected because we rely upon import of goods and services either at Djibouti port, nowadays at Lamu, or maybe at the Umara or Sudan. If there is no peace in Sudan, it is difficult to import goods and services through Umara or Matama and so forth. Wow. The same thing is true in Barbara or Kismayo or Busaso or Somaliland. If there is no peace in Somalia, it is difficult to import goods and services through Togochale and Jigjiga. Yes. Or the same thing is Lapset or Lamu with Kenya. It is the South Sudan and so forth. So peace is one of the most important criteria that can affect movement of goods and services.
The immediate and long-term economic impacts coupled with profound socio-economic effects highlight the need for comprehensive recovery strategies, it was learned.
Well, before I leave, here is the recap of the top stories once again. Ethiopia and Somalia reiterate commitment to peaceful resolution of differences. Ethiopian Airlines launches new flight to Warsaw, Poland. Well, that's what we have for the hour. Many thanks for watching. I'm Askedumat now for Bye-bye from me.